Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum bum
Oh, mate,
bum
bum
bum.
bum bum.
Man, 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 man. Bum 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 bum.
Go on, let's join in. Money, bum, bum, bum. Bash Bros.
Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet and cushy. Now get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet and cushy. I'm talking wop, wop, wop.
Bow, down, down, boom, 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 dum, dum, dum. Nah. And then, like, do you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh yeah, so horny. Oh, I'm so horny. Oh yeah, my ass. Oh yeah, ass horny. Yeah. Alice, it's okay. Nothing's happening. She's shouting at me. She thinks I've taken it too far. And she's right.
Really?
She thinks you're talking about her.
Oh my God.
You're going to be in trouble.
If only my life was that exciting. It's more like get off, you fat cunt. To conjure up what might be going on there. I think they'll let us out for a little bit, like they did, you know, help out to eat out. Oh no, you ate out. Everyone closed out. You're all cunts.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Yeah. How dare you do the thing that we told you to do? And then they'll be like, Christmas, they'll be like, well, we'll give them Christmas or festive. You know, we are. You know, they'll put it behind some like, you know, we are. You know, people's beliefs and go and have Christmas and enjoy yourself, family, and there'll be adverts of the NHS being like, love your family, Corona, and they're like, you cunts, go and see your family, you killed them all. We're locking it down for 3 months.
All right, let me just check. What episode are we on? 24?
24.
All right, I'm going to do a Johnny Rogan like. Welcome back to Bash Bros, episode 24. No guest. And Dan's a cunt.
Solid.
Is that
That was
good?
good. I think you should do it every week. I mean, you don't really do anything else, so.
Well, I try to talk, but Johnny keeps cutting me off, so
We'll delegate. All right, from now on, Garrett does the intro. I liked it. It was good.
Right.
It was snappy.
I keep coming with the snappies ends, eh?
Yeah, keep coming with the snaps. Dan's a cunt, standard.
But you look smaller, mate.
I am smaller.
I think for at least a couple of weeks, I'm going to be heavier than Dan.
There will be a time. I realised that I'm wearing the same T-shirt I was last week.
Because you haven't taken it off.
Yeah, well, I mean, that helps, doesn't it? Fuck's sake. The dogs have just come back. Ron's hurt his leg and won't let me. Every time I try and touch it, he like tries to bite me. And one of Abe's eyes is like hanging out. So I don't know what the fuck they've been doing.
He's letting me touch it now.
He's just being
Maybe just because he wanted the biscuit.
I don't think. I mean,
Fuck the biscuit.
Fuck the...
fuck the biscuit. Well, that's all right.
Have you got the 12?
Alice has got a 12. She's got a 12 Pro hun, apparently. That's what she said.
Hun.
Yeah, she
Got
hun.
to get the best selfies with those, haven't you? So
The best homemade pornos with someone else.
With someone else.
Well, they wouldn't be very good with me, would
with
they?
some boxer.
Oh yeah, so basically Ellis got messaged and asked if she wanted a sugar daddy. So she was like, oh, well, what's a sugar daddy? I was like, yes, cool, let's cash in. So I was like, so I like took the phone off her and started getting myself some sugar. And basically it went through a thing. They wanted you to buy a gift card. It's like a scam, yeah? So they're like, oh, just buy a £100 gift card and then scratch it off and then show me the code and then I can send you the money. And they had all these amazing, like, photoshopped, like, bank statements of them having like 44 million quid in the bank and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, transaction pending. And I was like, well, they haven't even asked, like, you to do anything. So obviously this isn't real. Anyway, I played them along for a long time. And then in the end, I started, like, making my own, like, fake PayPal like account like screenshots just by drawing them in to be like, I'll send you money and stuff like that. Then they video called me and I was like, yeah, wicked. So I'll answer it. And it was like 8 African guys, like on like one mattress, all texting people to like do this scam. And they were like, what's up, bro? And they were like, hey, give me money. I'm going to be a doctor. And I was like, I don't think you're going to be a doctor. It's like literally just like some like weird African sweatshop or like with everyone on this mattress, like texting people to be sugar daddies. So yeah, write in the messages below. Have you also been contacted for sugarness? I couldn't, when they video called me, I was like, this is going to be amazing. So we gathered round, and yeah.
Did you not answer it with your dick out?
I did think about it, but obviously I didn't know how weird
who it
the
was.
person on the other line was going to be.
It
Turns out that actually like 8 guys from like Zambia, because I did actually talk to them for a while. I was like, hey guys. They're like, yeah, we're from Zambia. Yeah, cool. We got the hustle. Yeah, making the P. And I was like, they were like throwing like gang signs at me and stuff. It's pretty cool, really. I feel like I really got connected.
Fuck me, you've got some time on your hands.
So that was my Friday.
Did they try and recruit you?
Well, I gave them some tips.
Dan's top tips.
Dan's top tips. I was like, look, have you heard of cream of rice?
I got a guy.
I got a guy that can help you out with the cream of rice. But obviously, like they knew about rice, but not the cream of. So,
Jack, have you had any messages going forward from Dan's top tips?
No, I've just seen some of the comments on YouTube, which is quite funny.
Oh, right.
I haven't seen any of the comments. Obviously, like people are really struggling, you know, with mundane stuff. You know, people obviously like, you know, that have got about 8 additional chromosomes are, you know, really, you know, struggling with just the basic stuff. So I'm, you know, I think it's my responsibility as a teacher to do a series of videos for these people, you know, that are really struggling with, you know, mixing water with cream of rice, putting water in a bottle and you know, and all of the, you know, there's lots of things to consider when doing this.
Have you got plans for your next installment?
I was thinking like some people might hold their poo in.
Okay.
Yeah,
elaborate.
I can see it being a bit of a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard if you do,
you know, I might do one on telling people how to have a poo.
Is that going to be like a live broadcast, or is it one I prepared
I haven't
earlier?
thought about the logistics as well. I mean, it might involve me holding in mine. It would be terrible to come up empty, you know, on an instructional video.
You do that for Alice every day. So.
It's going to take some planning. Well, yeah, on her chest.
Will this involve the bidet?
Yeah, so you know, I just, you know, it's my responsibility. After it being highlighted by Jack that there's some fucking morons out there, I thought that, you know, there was probably an extension of the kindness that Jack showed them, and I thought I was the man for the job, and that's
you capitalized on it.
That's why the water video. I mean, obviously, you know, later on I'm probably going to charge a subscription. You know, a bit like JP's site. I think it'll really catch on.
No, but it's quite funny because I'm sat there when I made the video, right? My mother was here. She was like just visiting the weekend visit, and I was putting the video together and I was chuckling to myself. And she's like, let me watch it. So I press this play and she's just like,
so that's what you do on a Sunday.
and I'm like, don't you find this funny? She's like, no. Fuck.
Are you proud of me, Mum? No.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. You have to be in on the whole thing, really. It's an in joke, I guess.
Yeah.
An innie.
It's an innie joke.
Instead of an outie.
And your mum's got an outie. She birthed you through her penis.
So your mum's so ugly they created a virus just there to cover her face up.
Oh, been fucking sitting on that one for a while, haven't you?
Can you find it?
Sitting on that
I saw that one last week. I was like,
oh wait, I'll store that one. Someone's bound to bring mums into something at some point on the podcast.
Talking about Natty, somebody on YouTube called you the big pale Natty, and I just couldn't help but piss myself.
Yeah, I saw.
I think it's official, isn't it? Is
It's
it official
true.
now? Yeah.
That's
Well.
my official stance on it.
He's losing
I
weight.
feel-
He's losing weight like somebody who's under chemotherapy. So maybe.
Mate, literally the amount of work that I had to do to drop like a horrific amount of weight is, yeah, it shows. Some people struggle to get high in weight and some people struggle to get it down. I definitely know which way I'm inclined.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't need it anyway. It was all for show.
I put 14 pound on in 2 weeks.
Really? That's
Oh.
actually like, yeah, that's more than I lost in that time. So well done.
How do you feel after that? Like, can you
Me?
feel a difference or not?
Me,
You,
me or Johnny?
Johnny. Well, both of you now, but
Like extracurricular activities. Breathing's a little bit tough, but that's about it, really.
so in other words, you're struggling for a shag.
No, like they have to get on top because I ain't doing any fucking serious shit.
Lazy
You
bastard.
want to burn
14
any
pound.
calories up?
14 pound in 14 days makes breathing hard.
Have you ever seen Nutty Professor? You know when he's banging that girl in the sand? She just sinks through. Sorry, John.
Sorry,
Big boy
Bob.
bud.
So if you do the
150
maths,
pound is his head.
S equals square again minus bum. I did steal your drink. I'm an important podcaster, vlogger extraordinaire. You only know how to make this drink because I made the video. So it's mine.
Did that make a bottle of water?
She wouldn't
Well,
have known
she
it.
did the extension video that I did just for her. Squash. So stand by.
Is
Stand by
that
for
going to
part
be
two.
part of the subscription? So now, because only Alice has seen it,
Well,
you holding
yeah,
on
it's
to
gonna.
that?
Yeah, obviously, I'm gonna wait for some tips to come through to my OnlyFans, and that way, then they can get the squash video.
Right.
How do I feel about losing weight? Yeah, much better. Immediately much better. Like the CPAP machine, holds me like much better. Like you can tell like how shit your breathing's been in the night, like when you go to take it off and how hard it's pumping. And I mean, you can actually there's a memory card and you can take it out and it tells you like about stuff like that, but I can't be fucked with that. But like you can tell like how hard, or you have to do it up tighter if it's pumping harder, and it's been working a lot less. I feel like much less shit. Obviously, like the weight 305 is a new weight, so I just wanted to touch it so that when I pulled back, I could sit somewhere much easier. Like now, like 290 is like feels kind of normal. Now I'm like 288 or something. Like that feels like sound. That's like, whereas before, not like particularly recently, but 290 is was a struggle. You know, everyone must get this. The new weight is the hard feels. It's back pumps. It's fucking, like not being able to sleep. It's breathing. It's so like you have to go and push through that so that when you come back, like the weights that you first found hard then feel easy. Your body adapts, blood flow and stuff, everything gets used to it. And then, that's why I push high, so that then when I back off, the new weight is, I was never going to hold 305 for any amount of time. I held it for about five weeks or something, maybe 4. I wasn't going to be able to sustain that. It was kicking my ass, but I could sustain like just under like 300 pretty easy. And then me and Amph decided to just reel it back, mostly because of distension in my gut, really, mostly because like inflammation and stuff in my stomach, and being a bit older, I wanted to check that I could bring it in, and however many pound, 15, 17 pound later, like it's already much better. So yeah, it's gone well.
So you no longer look pregnant?
No, I still look pregnant, just not with triplets. So, mate, I like, I get distension. When I'm bulking, but on stage, it doesn't seem to follow me there. So I don't give a fuck what I look like, 3, 6, 4, 364. Like, I only give a shit about what I look like on stage. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I'm not in this to be beautiful. That was not a genetic capability I was given.
You were never going to be that.
Like,
So.
exactly. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in it for like Instagram looking ripped all. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to do crazy shit in the gym, and you know, and if it pulls me looking like a fucking bag of smashed crabs, I don't give a fuck.
Do you find like 305 affects your performance though when you're at 305?
Yeah, I mean that was another thing, another reason that I wanted to bring it back down is that it was getting to the point where I wasn't enjoying lugging it around to the gym. My strength versus weight ratio had like kind of dropped off. I wasn't really getting any more strength from it. I wasn't really getting any more performance from it. And so yeah, that was another reason to bring it down. A few reasons and stuff like that. What I would have done before, or like before I met had Amph as a coach, I would have just pushed and the wheels would have fallen off. And then I would have been forced to take the break and I would have dropped 20 pounds in a week or something. Because my guts would have just gone to nothing. I would have like had huge digestive issues. And I'd have to make an extreme adaptation and be in a worse place. That kind of what me and Amph do now is go nearly till they fall off and then go, okay, we know that that's close. Because I don't know, that's one thing that I really struggled with, and why one of the main benefits of having a coach is just to say, whoa there, no, that is enough. Now let's bring it back and reevaluate and see where your new sitting point easy is. You know, and that's with prep as well. With prep, I drill myself into the fucking ground to a point where I couldn't fill up, I couldn't, you know. And there's a point your body needs to actually, like, if you're going on stage, like, yeah, you have areas where you're fucked, but you shouldn't be walking on stage like, do you know what I mean? Like dead. Your body like unfunctioning. You won't cut fat when you're actually drilled in too much. You know, your body needs to be in a reasonable position to like lose fat. It needs to be working and stuff. If you're going full Auschwitz, like you're just gonna dissolve all your muscles and just you're not gonna be able to fill up. You're gonna look worse. You know.
So you're not running keto then?
Keto can suck my richardies.
FYI, boys.
Yeah,
have you done that, Johnny or Garrett?
Keto.
I've tried it back in the day when it first came out, but that was only because
when it first came out on the Mega Drive, when it came out on the SNES.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was a while ago.
Zelda, which I completed, and then Keto, and I fucking all 9 levels.
I enjoyed it for like a short period when I was in the last stages of a prep and needed to get it, a couple of pounds off or whatever. But it just, for me, I just can't function very well.
This is the average person on keto. The average person on keto is like, I really like bacon. So I'm going to eat bacon and eggs for breakfast because I like bacon and sausages and with cheese on. And then by lunchtime, they're like, well, I'm going to work out and then do carb backloading. And like, they just mix it. Well, no one's doing fucking keto. I did do 0 carbs apart from 1 refeed a week. This was stupid. For the 2012 UKBFF body power. And I did 12 weeks of no carbs apart from once a week I would fill up. My muscles all fell off.
Because I did it for the PCA in 2016. I did it for 16 weeks.
Did you do a refeed day?
No, I didn't refeed the whole time.
I had the same, mate.
And so that was a great idea going into an untested show, looking like Mo Farah.
Yeah. Mo Farah, that distinguished bodybuilding celebrity.
Yeah, I done the keto for 11 weeks. Obviously, last week on peak week. But like the 11 weeks was just fucking murder. Like
so you did a keto and then like loaded up on carbs that you hadn't eaten for 11 weeks.
That's the problem. See, if you do keto, you can't load.
Yeah,
you have to fat load basically. So
I lived on it. Even 11 weeks was like, I mean, fair play to you, but for doing 60 weeks, fucking hell, because 11 weeks. I mean, it was all right, but like,
are we really spending a segment of this episode talking about keto diets?
No, just giving.
Well, I think that it's good to highlight the mistakes that we made.
Yeah.
In summary, don't do keto.
basically no one good does
keto anyway.
No one good does
they
keto.
just do bro. They do bro keto because if you're doing proper keto, you've got to put your protein well down as well.
Yeah, exactly. People think it's really easy to get into ketosis, and it's fucking not.
It's not.
And it only takes like a little bit too much protein, and your body goes, "I'll use that for energy." Because using fat for energy is that's hard shit. So like people think that it's easy. It's not easy. And you know, people are like, "Well, I do keto one day and then this the next day." It's like, your body's not going to have got into actual ketosis. Everyone's like, yeah, but the lions, they're in ketosis and they're a beast. It's like, cool, you're not a fucking lion, you cunt. Like, I hate all this, like, yeah, keto lion, yeah. Mate, like, what did you think lions were going to do? Start planting little rice fields and, like, you know, baking bread? Like, they were kind of out of options, weren't they? Or when they're like, well, or like when vegans are like, yeah, but silverback gorillas are vegan. It's like, you're not a silverback gorilla. You're not. I know you think you are, but this lentil fucking dal that you've poured over some rice is not going to make you a fucking silverback. Like, it's just a fact. If you want to go vegan, wicked, obviously you're going to tell everyone about it. It's like the same as being natty. But like, it's cool. Did
I tell you that I was natty?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
not vegan though, just natty.
I thought you were mate. Imagine standing next to a vegan natty. Fuck me, you'd never get away. You're going in the bathroom.
Who also does CrossFit?
Yeah, for a quick piss. No, I reckon the world would explode. I don't reckon that. I think they would create some wormhole to like another dimension.
They just suck everything into it.
You're just having a wee at the urinal. Someone like looks at you and goes, "I'm vegan," by the way. You know, because they'll probably do that. And then you're like, cool. And then they go, and also I'm new. When some wormhole would open up and just suck the whole world in. Pretty sure that's what would happen. It's not, it'd be some sort, it'd be like the atom bomb. It'd be like splitting a hydrogen atom. Just boom. That's probably how the planet was started. The Big Bang was actually just like, it started off like this, and then someone was natty, and then they were vegan, and they would like, and then boom, big bam, start again, dinosaurs. Science.
Think tank.
If it makes sense, it must be sense.
In your mind, a lot of stuff makes sense.
Yeah.
It's on the agenda, but I just wanted to bring it up, lads, that Dan's missus said I was big. Just saying.
Has she ever told you you're big, Dan?
She's used to it.
Ah.
She hasn't seen. It's like when you know when you get a little pet gerbil, you don't notice it grow. You know, if you live with it, you don't notice.
She picked you up as a like skinny little smacker?
Yeah, that's it. Roaming the streets looking for lentils. She was like, "Come with me, child." What the
fuck? Yeah, too much even for him.
Oh god. But yeah, no, it was like she texted me. She was like, "There's some guys in the gym and they're wearing Bash Bros t-shirts," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and she went, "What? They're quite big," and I was like, "No, they can't, no." Oh yeah, that's my girl.
I knew that was gonna happen. I could have predicted that.
That's my girl. You can have 2 sausages in your breakfast tomorrow. See, she's got my back. Find a girl that can do both.
Yeah, no fair. Trojan was a solid session. I enjoyed it up there, to be fair.
Have you not been there before?
No, first time.
Shit. Did you do legs?
No, we did back.
You'll go there for legs, mate.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Midway through the session, I looked over at the leg section and was like, I should have done legs.
Yeah, we're getting a pendulum, a proper fucking...
Yeah. Is it there yet, Dan? The pendulum?
Yeah, it probably arrived like on lockdown. Yeah, it should have arrived on Friday. So yeah, it should be there, just mocking Corona from afar.
But in all fairness, mind, I was leaving and I asked for a protein shake and she gave it to me for free. She said, "You've travelled far enough."
Oh, that's Julie.
I never got one.
Yeah, but that's because you're a natty.
And you probably made loads of noise in the gym.
Yeah, she probably thought you were disabled, so didn't want to like offer you a protein shake. Oh, sorry, I'm lactose intolerant.
Or in Jack's defense, he might have had too much protein in him. You know?
Yeah. Or maybe just look like
Probably
he
that.
doesn't train. And she
We
didn't.
looked at him and thought, he's
Yeah,
all right.
she probably
He's had
presumed
enough.
I didn't. I was a vegan natty, so I didn't need it.
Yeah, she was like, this guy doesn't need protein. Look at him, streak of piss. So you went to Trojan. That was 2 people that thought you were big. Or maybe Julie thought you were small. It's like, this guy needs protein. Look at him.
Maybe. I did have the 4XL Bash Bros top on, and it looked like a fucking
Edgy.
a nightie on me.
Mate, I've had to hang that one up for a little bit, I think. No, I think I'm still just about all right in it. I've got a 4XL Trojan one that is like literally only for £300 plus. And even then it's like I borrowed my dad's, apart from my dad weighs 9 stone. But obviously it doesn't always work like that, but yeah, it looks stupid.
Yeah, I got the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously no guests today. Wanted to do a few things. There's the review of the results for the British Grand Prix. There's a few questions that we've had, mostly abusing Jack. And then
I reshared one of those, and because it had the word, I don't know how it works, but because it had COVID written on your post,
Yeah.
and I reshared it, so I didn't even type it. Instagram flagged it and was like, linked.
You've
You know
got
how they now
COVID.
put a link to COVID information.
have you got
Well, I had
have you got isolated for 2 weeks now?
Oh shit!
Well, I had a COVID situation, and I actually do have to isolate now. Yeah. Protein isolate.
Oh right.
Basically, Ellis's dad's got COVID, and he's like all right in that because he's proper hard. But he got COVID, and then Ellis got a notification because she got the app. So she got a notification saying you need to self-isolate for 7 days. And like obviously, like I was with Ellis at the time, but I told Ellis, I was like, look, I'm immune because I don't have the app. So like, so I don't have to isolate because I don't have the app. And I mean, someone should tell people about these apps. They're quite dangerous. They clearly give you corona. So anyway, I was explaining to them, but I thought I better ring my boss and tell them that I'm immune at work. And I was like, well, Ellis got the notification. Obviously, the dad's got corona. We went around there and got the dog or whatever. But obviously, I'm immune because of the app. And they went, yeah, cool, stay at home. So I've got to self-isolate for 7 days, which I don't know how it's going to work. But I've got to do my lessons from home. And it's a horrible thought to think of a whole class there in real life and me beamed on the wall. Like with a projector.
I just think this is too much of a coincidence when last week you were whinging about going to work.
Yeah, I know. The annoying thing is that I still have to work. So it's kind of, I have to work in just a worse situation. But I am gonna I'm gonna dress up each day as something stupid. Just to lighten the mood.
Make sure you don't forget your trousers.
They're not gonna know about that.
Just don't stand up.
Well, yeah, lockdown. I did most of my lessons in a towel. In fact, I did the Bash Bros with Kamal wearing just a towel.
Yeah, I'm sure you mentioned that you had nothing.
Yeah, I did. He found it about as funny as something that's not very funny. And I don't know what would not be very funny to him because he didn't seem like an amused man.
No.
He looks really good at the moment, though.
Yeah.
Have you seen his recent pictures?
Did you see the pendulum squat that he did onto a medicine ball?
What?
No.
Well, he did it, and obviously, if anyone else did it, I'd be ripping it. But it's like, won the Olympia.
Talking about genetics, right? Samson Dowder put a post up today saying that he was a hard gainer.
I did see that.
I saw that, and I was like, I didn't even read it because I thought he's got.
No, I read on, and it was there was a little bit that made sense. Obviously, the first claim, I was like, come along now, Samson. You know, I've been talking to Samson quite a lot. I like him a lot. He's got the same type of dog as me, so we talk about dog stuff, and hopefully we're gonna like meet up and let our dogs fight each other or something. I don't know, but like, but the first bit of it was like, yeah, hard gain. I was like,
he looked at the dumbbell and got big.
I was like, hold on, didn't you prep for a show using a band? That's like, anyway. But then it went on to say like, something that I did agree with, which was you have to explore your genetics to then be gifted them.
Yeah, of course.
So like, a lot, there was like a trend on Instagram, like, or there still is really, when someone shares a picture of when they were like 11 and then like now, and they're like, yeah, fuck genetics. And it's like, no one was born like, massive. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen a couple of Instagram posts of like some black kids and they're like actually like Phil Heath. Have you seen that one kid?
Yeah.
He's like ghetto as fuck, and he starts like mugging everyone off, and he's like actually got like massive capped delts and like a 6-pack. So like apart from that, like you have to actually explore your genetics by giving them stimulus. You'll never like look like a bodybuilder straight away and know that you've had genetics. You have to explore it. Look at the picture of Dorian when he when he was being a bit of a skinhead, and he had nothing.
Yeah.
So he had to still apply the hard work to actually realize his own genetics. It's not that sharing a picture of when you're 11 and being like, see, I didn't have pecs. Of course you didn't have fucking pecs. So we didn't have any pubes, you stupid fuck. So yeah, I mean, Samson clearly has very good genetics, and he realized them. I personally think that Samson could realize them harder. But like it's like when like anything, when like you get the genetic best, they explore it and you go, wow, you found the thing that you were put on the earth to do. Ronnie Coleman found the thing that he was genetically designed to do. And that's
he could have been the best in the world at powerlifting as well, couldn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He was just like, oh, go and try this picking weights up stuff. And then he was like, shit, I'm amazing.
Yeah, no, the Samson thing, I just found it funny reading that first bit, but you are right. Like Samson, in all fairness to him, he was quite late to the party as well. So,
and he was a slim guy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have looked at him and said that guy could be a really good bodybuilder. You wouldn't have been able to do that. But that's not how it works. You can't pick someone out of a lineup of a load of people that haven't trained and really be able to guess who's got the genetic capability to be a monster.
What do you think of Samson at the British Grand Prix then?
Well, I mean, yeah, he was a bit off, wasn't he?
It's just been a long year for him, really, though, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, he kept knocking at that door, and I think he just got a little bit worse. I mean, again, we weren't there. This is all. I mean, our predictions were shit anyway.
But I do feel everyone else was better at this show as well. Yeah, so that didn't help.
Well, it just shows he's obviously beat the fuck out of himself.
Yeah,
like he's like, there was all that shit, and then there was Korea, and then there was like, and it's like, how long has this been going on since the beginning of first lockdown? Like fucking 6 months, isn't it? Really?
He's been prepping since like January, isn't he?
Well, it must be a year of prep.
Yeah.
It must be a year of prep. So the prep to get ready for before lockdown, which was March, it's got to be a year. So, he just needs to like pack up, and get some rest, which I spoke to him about, and I'm sure he'll just explode. I bet his rebound's going to be horrendous. Like the amount.
That's the thing. So, Samson's, like, people talk about him needing to add size as such. He's not a small guy, is he? He's like,
hey, he's massive.
Yeah,
he's massive.
Yeah, like a couple of extra pounds here and there, but he doesn't need.
Yeah, but I think actually, if he just came in on, he just look as big as everyone else anyway.
Yeah,
like that's an illusion. I mean, obviously, when you're standing next to an absolute fucking unit like Hollingshead, who's like the definition of British beef, which is just that thickness, that hardness, that density. You don't see that often in America. It's a different look, and it's just, Regan, when they turned to the side, there was one side tricep pose. I picked it up already and spoke about it, and it's just like made Regan look like he had no depth. It was just, looking in your front and the back, you turn to the side, and then Hollingshead's like the depth of him, his rear delt's like over there somewhere, like.
But Regan he's still quite young as well, isn't he? Regan.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like Samson's physique. I think he's actually very complete, really. Nothing nothing to me screams out like.
Yeah, I think he was hard done by in the Europa show, but in this one, if you look at him,
did think that.
Yeah, in this show, I think from behind he looked really soft. So I think that's what knocked him off that 5th spot.
But then again, Hector looked much better.
Yeah, but obviously Hector got 3rd, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that new guy came in and took 5th, didn't he? I don't even know, I can't remember his name, but the smaller guy. But they were comparing them in the second call out, and they put Samson and that guy in the middle, obviously for 5th and 6th. And Samson was just soft from behind. If you look at overall, Samson was better, but I think they were looking for that extra bit of conditioning, which is what that guy pipped him on, really.
Yeah, it's all very well being great shape, but if they are going to fuck you for conditioning at that level, it's not acceptable, to them. But yeah, also the conditioning shines through so much more if you're there. Do you know what I mean? We saw a little bit, TV and like, if you're there, it is different, and real hard conditioning shines in real life. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this was the segment we were talking about it kind of moves us on nicely to talking about the results. Obviously, we were fucking wrong. I did say Florian would drop a few places. I was thinking like 2 if he was off, but fuck me, was he off?
Yeah, but we said it was going to be how he looked standing next to people, because we'd never seen that, had we? So we did say that it could go either way.
I mean, Cuba
it certainly did, didn't it?
I'd feel pretty good if I was Cuba for beating someone with that much height behind them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, that Florian's quads, if he were just looking at legs, he probably would have won the fucking show. But
yeah,
that's it. He's just got that immensely standout body part, but the rest of him just didn't look up to scratch.
He's very young as well, though.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of time. A
couple of potentials with him.
I mean, this is a snapshot.
What did Cuba come? I didn't see what he placed.
He came one ahead of Florian. So I can't remember how many was in the class. 7?
I think it was 8, wasn't it? So I think
8,
7.
Yeah. So Cuba came just one ahead of Florian. I mean, I'd be pleased with that.
Yeah,
I hear he's going to go again. He's going to go again if this Romania thing carries on, because Meg's competing, and because they didn't have her class at the last show, so she was out for that. But I mean, I don't know how likely it is.
So how is he going to travel?
Well, I mean, you're allowed to travel for if it's your job, if you're working, which technically they are working.
But supposedly they've got it sorted, but
but if they can't just cancel the flight, it's not really anything you can do about it. But yeah, I hope that they do manage to get out there. I mean, it's going to be the last show for a very fucking long time. Like, this lockdown's not going to be a fucking month. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah.
I'll extend the furlough scheme to April, but it's okay because we'll be out in a month. What? I mean, it doesn't take a think tank like myself to conjure up what might be going on there. I think they'll let us out for a little bit, like they did, help out to eat out. Oh no, you ate out. Everyone closed out. You're all cunts.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
Yeah. How dare you do the thing that we told you to do? And then they'll be like, Christmas, they'll be like, well, we'll give them Christmas or festive. We are, they'll put it behind some like, we are, people's beliefs, and go and have Christmas and enjoy yourself, family. And there'll be adverts of the NHS being like, love your family, Corona. And they're like, you cunts, go and see your family. Kill them all. We're locking you down for 3 months. Mate, I can feel it already.
You're right, bud. I think you're right. This is going to happen.
How dare you overload the NHS by doing what you said that you were going to do?
I mean, you're pretty well prepared now, anyway, Dan. So
me, I've got a flashlight. I've got a little space. I basically hired a shipping container. Not joking.
It's a decent size, though, isn't it?
Alice hired a 12-meter by 3-meter shipping container.
Did you buy that hack squat?
No, it was lent to me by my very good friend Dean White.
Oh, nice.
Dean's currently building. He's building his new gym, and he was just storing it, and I put up a post on Instagram saying "Will suck dick," for a hack squat.
Oh, so we can figure out what happened there then.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was his Mrs. Rach that messaged me.
Dean's looking for a blowjob.
Yeah, it was like, I'm sick of Dean's penis. So,
Finish him off.
this will give me some time off. No, fair play. He's you know, I mean, it was, yeah. They saw a man in need of legs. I mean, it's the one thing, if you've got a home setup, you know, I think upper body, well, my upper body kind of grows and I just pick up heavy shit anyway. But you can get away with some reasonable, like, home, like, not a lot, and like build some stuff, you know, push-ups and stuff, and like, you know, not much lateral raises, doing some chin-ups. You can like get by, but legs, can't train legs at home.
No.
You know, I mean, and you get a squat rack and do loads of squats. That doesn't grow my legs. I know that because I tried it for like fucking 8 years. There's no correlation for me between the amount I can squat and the size of my legs. Zero correlation. I know that, like, some people say, like, well, show me someone who can, you know, who can squat 300 kilos and has shit legs. So every power lifter ever.
Yeah.
Like, do you know?
The last lockdown, all I did was squat through the lockdown, really, because all I had. And I noticed a massive difference. Like, obviously the bulk of the size sort of stayed, but then like the sweep just disappeared. Like the little things you get from the extensions and those things just completely gone.
Yeah, I connect very badly with. I mean, I don't know anyone who. I know very few people that feel their quads squatting anyway. Yeah. I just like, it's a whole body move, really, isn't it? So, but yeah, I should be right. I'm prepared. Yeah, obviously, like, you know, with Corona and stuff, it just is it's a me and Alice enterprise. Because we, you know, I'm not taking £1,000 fine. Like, it's just Alice is competing now. I'm old. I don't have a year to spend to waste training, you know, training in my garden. I can't afford that time, really. And training in my garden, like, I did train there today and I loved it because it was somewhere else. It's dark, it's dingy, it's horrible. I bought like a little Bluetooth speaker that when I put it in the steel box was actually quite loud. And it felt gritty and nasty and I loved it. You know, like training like in my garden when my dogs are like looking at me, looking all cute and stuff. That's not nasty. I liked it. And I think like a little more touches and a few nosebleeds on the floor and it'll feel like home.
Throw a bit of shit around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's like is part of a unit and there is a toilet somewhere and you have to get a bowl and like throw it down. It doesn't actually flush. So don't take massive elephant shits in the toilet.
That's the only issue with where I'm at the moment. Obviously, I can't complain, but in the vicinity at all. So unless you wait till, and like, because I train early, if you train like midday, you can go to like a petrol station nearby. But apart from that, there's no toilet. So if you're needing a number 2, you're struggling. So
yeah. I mean, hopefully you've cleared that out before leg day, otherwise it's coming for you. Oh yeah, I remember the British Grand Prix.
Fun.
Fair play to them for getting it sort of rescheduled.
Yeah, that was pretty epic, to be fair. That was pretty epic. They just went and just fucking moved it. I mean, yeah, that was decent. I was impressed with that.
It looks like James is going to be skipping this year's Olympia then.
That was a plan.
Because it doesn't exist.
What do you mean? Well, they've cancelled it now.
What do you mean?
Is it gonna? You mean it's not gonna happen?
What is it Olympia this year?
I thought you knew something I didn't know then.
Yeah, I genuinely thought you knew the Olympia wasn't on for some reason.
Well, I reckon that the Olympia's not going to be on.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Or at least no one from here is going to be able to travel there.
Yeah.
Something's gonna.
It was like what I said to you earlier. I'd be very.
It's all freeze like.
Look at his little face.
His little pig.
Internet went.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of that.
You froze.
I'd be very surprised that he can't get over to the States on some sort of like professional means, because like he is a pro athlete, they're still meant to be allowed to travel.
Well, Samson failed miserably, didn't he?
Well, that was a while ago now. They've changed, and it's the States as well. Was he was trying
Yeah,
to
he was
find the
trying to go
States
to
as
the
well,
States.
actually.
Yeah, he was going to do the Tampa Pro.
Yeah, he was.
That was the first.
Yeah, wasn't it? But with his sort of like, because him being with Redcon, like the owners of these companies do have a lot of contacts. Like Singerman will have loads of contacts. So I reckon he'll be able to get over there. But
if I'm gauging it based on his social media and the stuff he's talked about on the podcast and that, it seems as if he's already resigned to next year.
Yeah, because he's like having McDonald's and shit like that now, isn't he?
Yeah,
like,
and he's talking about how he's going to go out and visit his missus and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, in my mind, from what I could see anyway, it seems.
Well,
like
he's already qualified for the next one anyway.
Yeah, if I could, why not? But
he said in his story, mind, what he was planning.
Did he?
Yeah. So obviously he's doing
Fucking,
next year.
we're all there fucking speculating, and you're like, oh, I know it was all on his story.
I know about it. I'll just sit quietly while they talk shit.
Yeah. So what he said on the story was that basically plans with Patrick is that next year they're going to be working towards the top 6 for Olympia 21. I don't put it past him.
But he didn't.
Like Patrick's client base has jumped up since Hollingshead.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
I look when we had James on here, I think he had like 90,000 followers. He's got like 250,000 followers or something now. Something stupid. Madness.
Yeah.
the thing is,
I bet his DMs are scrolling like fuck.
like his like knowledge and his application of it hasn't changed for the past like 6 years. Like he's been doing what he. Like obviously, I'm not having a dig at anyone that has gone to him because he is a very good coach. But a lot of people just think that they're going to suddenly become a Hollingshead. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you need to find someone that aligns with you. But this is what we talked about like before. Is that people go to someone like that because they don't find inner motivation. They need to go to someone like that who's created these people to create their own motivation. You know, it's like say you get a client or whatever. It's actually like a bad thing for you to go and see them, to go and meet them, to go and become friendly with them, to become a person, because then your prestige in their eyes of being unobtainable like decreases. Oh, it's just Dan, he's a cunt, you know. Whereas like someone who doesn't know you, doesn't have any contact, just does the thing, usually actually listens to you for a start, like gets motivation from you and actually does it. Like, so it's, yeah, I mean, obviously he is a completely great coach, but I think like if you're moving like that because you need change for motivation, you're looking for something outside to heal what's inside. I don't, that's not a mentality that I resonate with personally.
I agree.
Like it's just little things. Like I highly doubt he'll listen to it, and I know he's explained it. But for example, I'm only using it as an example. But say like Jimmy Tompkinson, he's made fantastic progress with Cuba, and now he's moved with Patrick. And it's like, do you not think that you could have continued to make progress with Cuba already? Like why what's going to be anything?
It would actually, yeah. I mean, he's already made the gains with Cuba. Cuba knows his body. Now he has to start again. It's actually a step backwards to switch coaches. I think it should be a last resort, really.
And like
starting that again. Joe Ballinger's moved as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who's
and it's like the loads of these people that are moving. You are not James Hollingshead. Like
that's the bottom line.
Joe's left JP.
Yeah.
But
what I will say is, anyone that's left JP to go with someone, I can sort of understand that now because Jordan's put out there that he's like basically not interested in coaching at all anymore. So I can personally see why they would do that because he's trying to remove himself from sort of coaching because he's not taking anyone on. He's reducing his numbers down. He wants to put a lot more focus on the business side of it. So I can see why potentially someone like Joe would do that.
Does Corinne still do it though? She still does it, doesn't she? And that's part of the same collective.
Yeah, but I think she's even busier than him in terms of like the business. So I think the pair of them will look to take the business on even more now, but maybe she enjoys the coaching more. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, fuck me, they've smashed it. Like smashed it from a business perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, from a man who still wears sandals. What a legend. He does not give a fuck. He's not wearing Gucci belts. There's none of that. But he's
not hashtag blessed.
He's not hashtag blessed. He's smashed it. So mate, if he's and actually it takes a bigger man to say he's not really interested or his heart's not in it than give a shit service. So I got respect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So everyone moving from there, that makes sense.
No, but going back to what I was saying, James Hollingshead has made the progress he has because that man is like, he's a different level in terms of like dedication, in terms of like intensity in the gym, his ability to apply that, like, his mentality. Like the bloke has maxed out most of his lifts in terms of strength, which is why he had the density he has. And now it's sort of like, the reason why he's made all this progress is because he's gone to a slightly different style of training, which is just like sprinkling the finishing touches on top now. So it's giving him that sort of bubbly, rounder look. And like a lot of these people that are moving over haven't put the years of hard training in that he has, so they don't have the foundations already. So I just don't think they'll have the same. Don't get me wrong; they'll probably still get fantastic results. But
the difference being is that in the past, James hasn't been able to bring it in right, so he's always overdone it, as we know. I think that's just what Patrick's done, is been able to stop him from overdoing it and bringing it in. The truth is all these other people who go to Patrick are not going to have that problem.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Like this whole, like James nailing it and being able to not flatten out his upper body. Yeah, Patrick absolutely did that for him. And when it was ready and it's where it should have been, domination. Yeah. It was amazing to see. I was really happy to see James bring what he was trying to bring and make it a real thing. And I don't know, I shared a picture of James Hollingshead and he was down and it's probably circling around. It's just him looking up from the down position. I've never seen like a realer like picture in my life of like a man with so much emotion going on, the happiness and the memory of Luke and and what a year he's had and his mother passing, and like it was like it brought like it got me. It got me. James is as real as it fucking gets. Yeah. And he deserves it all. And although Patrick brought him in, or he would have fucking got it anyway.
You boys seen the video on the bodybuilding bollocks podcast? You seen this?
No,
just watch it for the minute without the sound.
Right there, yeah.
Watch now.
Is it like in and out between Luke and him? Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's the same poses. Fuck.
Oh, that's amazing.
It blew my mind when I seen it.
That's amazing. So
that's class.
So his whole thing was His whole thing was a dedication. That's amazing.
Yeah. Makes your hair stand on end, that is.
Man.
The show put on Elver, remembrance for Luke, fair play, with everything, the backup, the setup and everything, and then they had the minute sort of.
Oh yeah, I agree with what they did, but they shouldn't have made the boys stand on the stage for that.
No, that was poor. Like
what was that about?
They got all pumped up and then lost all the pump back, like waiting there.
Yeah, the sentiment was great, but you can't do that. You know what it's like. You get pumped up and you stand there like that. You go backstage and they call you back out. You're flapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Fuck
me, you've made it all serious. I'm having feelings. Don't like them. Block them out. Bring me the opium.
Did you see the live commentary from Fuad when he did the live commentary when James was on? So I had the show on my phone and I had Fuad on the TV, and he like started crying and that when James was doing the posing.
Did
Yeah, you could see his eyes just proper fill up, and he was like sniffling, and he was trying to hold it together. Like,
What wasn't Ben Chow on that as well?
Yeah.
Was he all right on it or?
Yeah, well, Ben had to shoot off for some reason or another. I can't remember what the reason was, but yeah, go on.
No, I was gonna say on a lighter note.
Yeah, so Regan Grimes, we talked about him briefly just now, Dan. But I sometimes forget how young Regan Grimes is, and
He is, mate.
How old is he?
He's like 25 or something.
Yeah, 25, 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's got a lot of potential.
He's got
like.
another 10 years of this shit. Then you think about it.
He's
yeah,
he can do whatever he wants to do. He's clearly got all the tools. He's making all the progress. He's doing all the right things. His face hasn't fallen off yet, like so many have. He's like, yeah.
Well, at face value, it seems that he's got him where he is with, mostly genetics. And like you look at his training, there's nothing that stands out from his training. You think, oh, wow, he's working hard. He's a strong guy naturally because he's a big guy as well. You think it's obviously that direct correlation.
But that was the difference between him and Hollingshead on the weekend, on last week. Like, obviously, James has been in it a lot longer, but the difference was, like, they turned to the side, like Dan said. You look at Regan Grimes. Regan Grimes from the side is incredible, but then you put him next to Hollingshead, and just the thickness of the shot was night and day different. And I think that is one thing potentially that might like leave Regan short in a few things. Is the fact. Don't get me wrong, I've seen him lift some heavy weight though, but
yeah,
I think
just needs to do it for longer.
Yeah, and more often as well. I think sometimes he just puts it up for the gram, but.
Well, you've seen him after the British Grand Prix on his story. He was out eating whatever the fuck he wanted. And he's doing the Romania Pro next week. And he was like, oh, yeah. And then he's flying there. And he flew to Poland, trained out there and had some food out there. Then he flew back to Spain. And now he's going to fly out to Romania and probably win.
He lives the life, fine, doesn't he?
Yeah. But if that's not an example of genetics, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, you can tell as well he's not pushing himself too bad. I don't reckon the drugs are even that high. Like, he looks healthy and good.
You can see from his face and his skin, his hair.
Yeah.
It's clean. Everything is all
there's no sight in hand.
Presentable.
Like, if you look, Jamie Johal posted a picture this evening of him and Regan next to each other. And Regan looks like almost like a model in like his complexion and his skin tone and stuff like that. Like, Johnny, I could see you laughing, thinking, "Oh, look at this gay boy." But like, but you can tell, like, he's not pushing things too much. Stuff,
no.
So.
Did you get a boner?
A semi. All right.
Sorry, Paul. I had to do it.
So obviously, Hollingshead was, in my opinion, head and shoulders above.
Yeah.
And then Regan's obviously like an absolute like genetic monster and has more than enough potential to make Mr. Olympia one day.
Yes.
Well, depending on who. I mean, there's some mad people coming out of fucking nowhere nowadays. He's got all the support he needs. I'm sure that he will. He's got the all-American look as well. Like, he's the next Jay Cutler, surely.
Yeah, that's what I think. Straight away.
A similar structure to Jay Cutler as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third was
Mark Hector, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which was
fucking phenomenal. Fair play to him.
An amazing result for him and deserved. Like, he looked even better.
Yeah. He looked better than the European.
Yeah, he looked even better than the European. He was diced nasty. Like, nasty diced. Again, I wasn't there, but from what I saw in the video and then the pictures that followed, he was in, and he's got that sort of complexion and the skin tone and the fullness where even being in just looks nice. Just looks nice. He doesn't have like a nasty, like gritty, like physique. It's actually like quite different, more sort of Flex Wheeler-ish.
Yeah.
Like, Do you know what I mean? But it's just like that is put together well, no waste at all, like clavicles for years, and like I said, you know, like slight weakness in the legs, but no one even fucking cares. Like as Matt was saying, you kind of look just like he's really easy to look at as a whole thing and just go, shit, that's decent.
Yeah.
You know, and from it, you know, from all angles as well. It doesn't have a weak pose.
It's just a shame he didn't start earlier.
Well, I think, but he's, you know, his genetics, he could go on another.
He could, but if you think about it, if he'd done this from like 20 or whatever, you think about, he'd be like, you know, multiple time Mr. Olympia probably.
How old is he now?
He's like 33 or something. When he
33. 4.
I mean, I, from what I've heard, he didn't kick himself up the arse early enough. He was training, and even when he was good, he wasn't trying. And then he decided to up a gear, and then when he did, he ran through everyone. You know, even I was speaking to Amph about him, and even when he was natty, like he was winning, like show winning ready, like mad genetics. You know, and I guess the decision of him to just go up, actually, I'm going to actually, like, you know, he ran through everyone, and now he's placing top 3 in pro shows, like in the matter of no time.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, and then he was Jimmy Johal.
Hold on one sec. Alice, where are you? Sorry, I've got to take a call because the guy's outside my house with the keys.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah, Johal, I think it's a better showing from him again, really. I think that there's a shot of him hitting a front lat spread, and it's one of the best shots I've ever seen. It looks unreal.
Yeah, you can't pick anything out of that front lat spread, can you?
No. That was perfect. Fair play. Like,
obviously, we've mentioned it before. The only thing that he's got to really work on is the leg from the side, because from the front it's unreal. Leg from the side, and then just back shots, I think.
And that's just because he's so fucking tall.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's all it's down.
That's all it is.
That's all it's down to. Literally, like
the progress he's made.
He's actually not even here.
The progress he's made this year, if he can do that again, that's scary, because
you're talking about Jamie.
Yeah. You look at the difference from him last year to this year, it's incredible.
Yeah, his arms and delts, and like it's like dripping. He's like I said before, his upper body as well is so that fullness at that height is phenomenal.
Imagine that feeling though, right? He placed like 9th or something at the Europa at that British Grand Prix. Still some big names. The first call out, first name, they called his name. Imagine that feeling. Like, you just literally, that's just job done. Job done. First name out, standing in the middle by yourself. Just fair play to him.
Well, I think what Jack was saying as well, just needs to bring up the development to level out his side shots, and then he's there.
Think about that though. Think about what that means though for him. I bet that's mental. That's probably like
of course it is. Otherwise he'd already
20 or something on stage.
Of course, but he, you know, if it wasn't mental, he'd already have it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, for a guy of that size, for him to be comparable on those side shots, you like 320 on stage. I think that's like the biggest ever, isn't it?
That's just the. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the length of the levers.
You know, no, I understand why, but it's just when you think about it.
You're just thinking about stage weight.
Yeah, no,
but yeah, I mean, there's no Olympia like that's ever been that ever.
No, I know, but it's like 320 on stage. Like people can't ever get to 320 in the fucking off season.
No, oh mate, yeah. I mean, but Josh Malley's like 300 plus on stage, isn't he? Like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, they must be like, you know, 200 pound of skeleton, like just fucking massive. Yeah, I mean, no doubt he will do it. You know, he's not a fucking moron. He knows what he needs to do. They're obviously like, it's when you're taller. I'm really impressed that he's managed to create those quads with being so tall.
Was that because you were thinking of your own?
Show me other tall bodybuilders that have. Well, actually, Josh Malley has amazing quads.
Yeah,
as well,
exactly.
so,
Yeah.
I was going to say it. He's got phenomenal legs on him.
yeah. I mean, Josh Malley, if anything, is a weaker upper body. Like his arms aren't very good. Like Jamie's arms and that are enormous. Yeah, I remember seeing Josh Malley at the 2012 UKBFF when I was competing at the British, and he had massive legs then. But yeah, his upper body was just. I remember him going, "Well, I'm going to need to be like 140 on stage," and I thought, "Fucking hell, that's mad! How would you ever?" Oh, there you are. Fucking did it. He fucking did it. You know, in what, like fucking 7 years, man. Yeah.
I bet that
Hats off to you, Josh.
I bet that show back then was quite funny having you just stood next to each other. He'd have been all legs and no upper body. You'd have been all upper body.
Sorry, you'd have to say that all again.
Sorry, yeah, but
Was that the microphone come off?
no, you froze.
Oh, fuck's sake. But yeah,
You had a squint face on.
Only for like 5 seconds.
That show back in 2012, like Dan and Josh stood next to each other. It'd have been like upper body, lower body, but like
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah. It was literally that. Yeah. Yeah. I think he got penalised a little bit harder than I did actually that show.
Did you?
Anyway, we both didn't. We both did shit. Let's say that.
Right, questions.
Yeah, good.
Question, did we do everyone?
Yeah, I got 2 questions.
4, 5. Did we do 5? Did we do 5th?
5 was that new guy. We don't know anything about him, do we?
6.
Samson.
Yeah, and then 7 was Cuba. I mean, Cuba looked a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, you look fucking awesome.
You know, he was aiming for this show. I don't know why, but it was better. So fair play to him. I mean, you know, he's so young as well, and he seems to be progressing at an absolute meteor level speed. So he knows what he's doing. He's, you know, I mean, just to be doing pro shows, you know, beating Florian, who has had this huge hype behind him and stuff. I would have loved that. You know, especially fucking Cuba's 25. You know. I'd be stoked with that, and he's getting that far. He's making lifetime achievements at that age.
Yeah, and in all fairness, for a show that could have been potentially a bit of a letdown for him, because he's prepped for so long, and for only 8 people to turn up, and of all of them 7 of them being like, you know, probably borderline second and top tier bodybuilders. Yeah, you know, it could have been a bit of a bummer for him turning up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be well happy to just not come flat last.
Yeah.
In that lineup. So I mean, he knows what he knows what he's doing. You know, speaking to Cuba, he's not under illusion. He's just getting up there and get his name out. He had to take a break because he won his pro card early, but now he's not coming fucking nowhere, is he? So
exactly, yeah.
So like, you know, job done. He knows he won it too early. He said it was, you know, a bit of a curse, really. It did him well business wise, but now, you know, he's not nowhere. Like, so fucking mate, it's amazing what he's done from such a young age. And if you look at the pictures of when he turned pro, that wasn't a pro physique, and now it is.
Yeah.
So he fucking did it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he fucking did it.
Putting the fucking pressure on.
So, questions.
Shows again.
No, because Gary, you said did you have a couple of questions?
I only had 2. It's basically to a slot about so next year, what are our plans as far as like the gyms go? What's our first gym we're going to, and this that, yeah, as far as the tour goes, like so. But to be fair, we haven't really planned on where we're actually starting off first, so we haven't really crossed that bridge yet. We
could just do an AB, like a Wales Bristol thing for a minute. Just go and we could just do like our gyms first. Everyone just goes to one of our gyms. I mean, obviously most of you have been to mine. Have you been to Trojan?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
Well, then you owe us a trip. And then I think that would be good. I'll come over and train, and we'll check out everyone's gym. I think that'd be a good start.
Yeah, I think if we can raise the money from the t-shirts to get like some videos made of us training at each other's gyms, create a bit of hype about it maybe, and then if there's the interest, we can consider the tour. But I mean, just doing the tour off the bat, I think could end up being potentially a bit of a, you know, a shitstorm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'll definitely be a shitstorm. I think we should get a Geordie though.
What, just a Geordie?
Yeah, just a Geordie to just join us.
To drive for us, or
yeah, that'd be all right.
Because we all
just,
know
Dan's
really got a crush on any northern person ever.
Pretty much.
Do you think Alf Bales would drive for us?
Mate, that would be fucking amazing.
you know when you're doing your role play with Alice, does she have to do a northern accent?
Yeah. She's like, pet man. Pet man. Why stick it in my dung funnel, man? Right in the jacksie.
That's really good.
I was going to say I learned it from Ant, but that sounds weird. No, Amph is not allowed to drive us anywhere because he's basically as blind as me. So no,
I won't get him to drive anyway.
That was one of the recommendations we had off. Somebody sent me a message saying we should all take Dan out on a driving lesson and video it.
That's that. What, without the glasses?
Well, no, with the glasses, but I mean, either way. To be fair, I wouldn't let you drive my truck.
That's all right.
You're a very angry individial. And
no, I can't drive on the road.
No, but my truck would drive over things. That's the problem.
Oh, that's what I need.
I may drive my car, but
my mate gave me some good driving advice, and he had like an 8-litre Chevy, and he just said, never underestimate people's want to not crash into you.
That's okay then.
It's pretty solid, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, people will generally move out of the way, and you can, you know, not 100% rely on that, but you can, you can.
Dan's top tips.
Yeah. My mum drives one of those. You remember the old Volvos that are actually bomb-proof?
Yeah.
She's had it like probably my entire life. It's got like battery acid on it and stuff. It's like some of it's held together with like gaffer tape. But yeah, it's just like a tank. And people
they should probably recall those, because if you hit somebody, that's gonna kill someone.
Yeah, no, they've got no crumple. Like if you hit another car, the other car just turns to dust. Like as soon as people see that, they're like, "Fuck this." Yeah, she just drives that. It's got the turning circle of a boat. It's like absolutely fucked. It's amazing. She was like, "I like it. It doesn't break." And actually, she goes and takes it to like get MOTs and stuff all the time. And the garage have seen it for so long that I think it's like a personal, like kind of like project for them to keep it alive, like as a kind of an in joke, like because it should have been scrapped about 20 years ago. So I could probably borrow that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
It's not a bad idea. Thanks, caller.
So another question I had was, when will Jack join the big leagues and do shows like PCA or Two Bros?
PCBs?
PCs.
Have I froze again?
Oh,
No, you're good now.
ridiculously.
But yeah, PCA or Two Bros. When are you going to do that, Jack?
What's wrong with ABBA?
Huh? I've done a NABA show before.
Oh.
I'm NABA Welsh Junior Champion 2016. I'll have you know.
Oh, fan yourself. Yo, hot in here.
I won that in 2009. That's how old I am.
I won that whilst I was in my mum's womb.
No, I might do a PCA next year, but I wouldn't be doing it under any illusion that I'd win it. So,
That sounds like a shit idea.
Well, yeah, because realistically, for me, I want to be doing shows that I can be competitive in. So that's.
So fuck you, caller.
Well, I might go hashtag classic Geraint, and then.
Ooh.
Go hashtag just to beat Geraint.
Come on over, bro. Come on over.
I reckon Jack would have you, CG.
Oh yeah, he would. Yeah, he's better than me. Development-wise, he's got more than me.
AJ would have me though.
You're not supposed to agree, you prick.
Yeah,
AJ would have me.
But I'm not under any illusion.
Well, maybe you should get some.
Did you see,
You're
there's a couple of comments on the last one, wasn't there, about AJ smoking me? Did you see them?
Yeah. You will.
You got a bit spicy about it. Yeah, you got a bit
No.
spicy.
No, it's because you lot dug it. You lot dug it up.
No, Johnny dug it up.
You're giving it the salt guy.
You didn't want to say the word then, did you?
He's in the pro leagues now. He's in the pro leagues now, so won't be happening for a while.
Is they real
For a
pro?
while?
Yeah.
Natty pros don't count today, but
You can't say that.
Well, that's like, in their little sort of realm it does, but like in real bodybuilding it doesn't.
If Dan's NABA pro card is on the fridge, where would a Natty pro card be?
You blow it up, Jack.
On the freezer.
You blow it up and you put it in the living room.
Because you'd have to tell everyone.
Yeah, you would actually. You'd have to have it projected on the front of your house at all times.
Yeah, on your forehead. So as you're talking to people. I don't know if you know, but I'm a Natty pro. and I eat lentils.
Hold on, the guy's actually here.
Pause podcast.
Pause podcast.
Do it again, man.
What happens first? So COVID disappears, hell freezes over, or Jack is laid.
I think Hal's probably going to go first. I reckon.
What if he does get laid though, and hell does freeze over?
So has the situation improved, Jack?
What during the 2-week lockdown in Wales?
No, but I mean since the last conversation, that was like 4 months ago.
No.
So your testicles still resemble space hoppers.
Oh, I came back at the right time.
Hey, I don't know whether that's too advanced for Dan's top tips, but dating advice and picking up girls, would that be something? Oh, wow.
Well,
picking them up.
Are you inclined
bringing
to
them onto my penis?
Dan just uses Rohypnol, obviously.
Look, I don't do that. It's quite easy to mix up a cocktail and a roofie colada.
It's about the only thing that explains Alice being with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite expensive, to keep her sedated. And, the chains wear away when she's tugging at them sometimes. But she's still here. She's going strong. She's alive. And, in this day and age, that's all you can hope for, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the question was, Dan, was basically around whether Jack was going to get laid or not, basically. And it seems
before COVID fucks off.
It seems as though the situation hasn't improved since we last discussed it.
But either way, I'm flattered that someone's so interested in my personal life.
Are you? Have you got Tinder?
I haven't. I used to. I deleted it.
Well,
obviously, because they sent me a notification saying due to lack of inactivity. Due to inactivity, like, do you still want this account?
It's like when Netflix asks you if you're still watching it and you're not because you're fucking balls deep. It's like the opposite of that. You get sent a notification from Tinder being like, you're too ugly for this.
Did you see on CNN network? Did you see that video when they were talking about, this was before the election, they were talking about how the stats are going, and Pornhub popped up with a notification in the corner.
Yeah, I saw
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Live on CNN, a Pornhub notification came up in the top of the monitor.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know what Pornhub is, but I imagine it's pornographic.
And
fuck off!
Also,
you were watching plenty of porn.
Who?
Plenty of porn? Is that a news site? Hold on.
Plenty of porn.
Write that one down.
I bet it is.
Cool. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ellis just come off a prep and he's trying to tell us he doesn't watch porn.
He's laughing, and the laugh is a laugh of someone that's true.
Yeah. There wasn't much going on, shall we say. It was drier than a nun's jockstrap.
Yeah.
Twice as smelly.
Any more questions?
More questions, please.
Moving on.
What have I done?
None.
So no more questions. Is that it?
That's it.
Really?
No one ever asks me any questions.
Because you don't post it up.
Oh yeah.
So if you're watching this, message Dan all the time for questions.
Yeah, just message me.
I got one. If you could be a pro in any other sport, what would it be?
Any other sport?
Yeah.
Is there
Basketball.
Why'd you make that noise?
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
What?
That noise you made.
That one noise. Yeah.
Like ping pong.
Ping. Hey,
You'd want to be a ping pong pro. Nice.
mate,
Hey,
you've seen like the Chinese ping pong people.
Oh, they're nuts.
Have you seen their like training camps?
Yeah, mate, they like the actual table's like 15 meters away.
They're like over here.
It's fucking amazing.
So I've always had this thing that if I was born in America, I'd have made it to the NFL.
That's a good thing to lie to yourself about.
Yeah.
Hey, I was playing semi-pro rugby, and I was playing in the Premiership in the UK of American football.
Cool.
So yeah, screw you.
Semi-pro Welsh rugby, NFL football.
Same
Johnny, just drop your mic, bud. Just drop the mic.
But yeah.
Yeah, but if I'd only made it to America.
Gather
round, children.
Johnny,
Hear my tale.
It's only a hypothetical situation, obviously.
Well, I know
I'm not actually under the impression I
Johnny, here's a little fact for you. My uncle had trials for the NFL, and they asked him. Say again.
And he died.
No, and then they asked him to. I think from what I can remember, he had like one opportunity to kick, and they only gave him one kick, and he flapped it, and then they were like, "Nah."
Yeah, have you tried kicking in American football?
So it was like a few million pound contract.
Yeah, but kicking in American football is so much different to a rugby ball.
So basically, if you kick it over the post, you're in the NFL.
Well, no, because that's
that's all kickers do.
Mate, that's so fucking horrible. Do you reckon they do that with porn?
Like,
they're like, cheers now. Your one chance. It's your one chance to make it on Pornhub. There's a mouth. Get in it. Get in it. 5, 4, 3. You're out. Hit the showers, you scumbag. Shave that mullet off. You don't deserve it. And that mustache. Peh, disgusting. Never come back.
What?
Next.
Not that I'm interested myself, but what? Oh, obviously, but what's the sort of pathway into porn for a man? Like, how does that come about? Do you know what I mean?
Casting couch, female version.
I've been offered it. I can't.
What was it, or was that what you thought it was?
As a recipient.
No, I've been offered it, but I don't perform under pressure. Under pressure.
I mean, I don't know. I've watched Louis Theroux. There's 2 porn ones. Louis Theroux, and basically, if you can just jizz and hold a boner, then you're in.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, loads of people around, like trying to get a boner. It's probably a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, like imagine like the set of Friends. You've got to anal someone. It's a lot of pressure.
I could get around. He's assessing it. He's like, I could do this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think about that because, like,
think about who's in front of you, Johnny. Then,
yeah, I suppose that's different then, isn't it? But plus, I'm a bit of, like, I'd be thinking, oh, she's probably still got the last guy's cum inside her. So,
well, that's a way to stay hard.
I'd be like,
well, it depends what you're into, Dan.
All right. Well, that was a negative. Oh, okay. Right. Sorry, cross wires.
You're fucking wrong, and you are.
All I say was, I'd have a go.
I don't think that's how it works, Garen.
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
I'll have a go.
Yeah.
Someone's just like in your local Sainsbury's, like, hey, do you want to have a go at this?
Yeah, I'll
go
give
on.
it a shot.
Let's have a go.
I saw the way that you were manhandling that aubergine over there, and I like your style. I like the cut of your jib, young man. Come with me and nail these hot girls. Like, I don't think that's quite how it comes about. What? Yeah, I mean, I think you just, you're into some weird shit, and someone just says, "Here's some weird shit," and you're like, "Yeah, weird." And then
These days, it's not even that anymore. These days, you do your fucking self and just upload it to Pornhub.
Yeah, I'd be like, the thing is some of the girls as well. They'd be like, "Yeah, cool, you can smash me, but I've just got to do 3 grams of cocaine." Nah. And then, like, do you know what I mean? And then they're like, "Oh yeah, so horny. Oh, I'm so horny. Oh yeah, my ass. Oh yeah, ass horny. Yeah." Alice, it's okay. Nothing's happening. She's shouting at me. She thinks I've taken it too far. And she's right.
Really?
She thinks you're talking about her.
Oh my God.
You're going to be in trouble.
If only my life was that exciting. It's more like, get off, you fat cunt. How dare you even consider that you would be allowed to enter my love tulip? Now go and shave the dogs.
Like that, Dan is probably like, when the dog has sex and it's just on for 2 seconds and off.
That's
try to hold on like fucking
biting.
Yeah. Alice makes me shower every 5 minutes in between.
Fuck me, my jaw hurts.
The annoying thing is that Abe has learned to actually open the door now.
Right, he's fucking huge.
So if there is anything happening, there's a 38 kilo dog that wants in. And he can open doors now.
Before Alice knows this, she'd have double penetration going on.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely going to think that's too far. It's a good job that she never watches any of this. I did say, like, "Alice, do you think it's a bit mean, like you've never watched it?" And she'd be like, "I bet you talk some shit on there, mate." And I'm like, "Yeah, to be fair, there's probably..." It's like, "Well, I've heard enough of that. I'm not fucking watching your podcast to relive my already boring life." And I thought, that's fair enough, isn't it, really? At least the viewers at home only get me for a limited time and you can fast forward when I talk. Alice doesn't have that.
I know, poor fucker.
I'm there in real life. She's probably drowned herself in the bath. She's been there a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame her, really.
No.
It's like that was that meme that came out last week when if 2020 was a bath bomb, it would be a toaster.
Should I sing you a song?
Yeah, definitely.
Which song should I do this week?
Barbie Girl.
No, it's too obvious. Too obvious. They'll be expecting that.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Oh no, I don't. What's the?
Have you got something you can play on the bass and sing to us?
No, because that'll actually be good.
Fuck
and
off.
That won't be funny. When I'm like popping straight rhythms, like they'll be like, mate, literally, people's phones will get broken because just be women just squirting at them.
Just give us a 30-second rendition of you playing the bass.
No. No.
No, you don't have to play the bass. Just
like give your mouth.
You mouth the bass.
Bound chicken wah wah.
Oh yeah. All right. So this one I call the dog. It's not real. Like a Seinfeld ending.
The bend on it. That was fucking awesome. I was
thinking of that for the intro.
Yes. Let's use that.
That is definitely going to be the intro.
The dog.
So I'm going to have to do the intro music every week. I think it's not a bad feature. I think it's a good idea.
Welcome
obviously,
to the Bash Bros podcast.
Obviously, the podcast finished like 20 minutes ago, I hope. But Oh yeah, what is the Seinfeld one? I could use my ad-lib skills to recreate it. Man, oh, what's that one? Man. Oh, that's
2.5 Men.
Man.
Oh my god, how does it go at the beginning?
Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum bum
Oh
bum
man,
bum bum.
man,
Bum 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 bum.
Go on, let's join in. Bash Bros.